Good afternoon, everybody. This is today's Big Pauly video blog for this 17th day of November 2011. Just got out of the shower, hence the Don King Billy Idol hair. Eyes without a face. Anyway, today, Occupy Wall Street. They have a day of action going on all over the country. To recap what has happened during the week. Monday night into Tuesday morning, the New York Police Department raided Zuccotti Park, where Occupy Wall Street is that Zuccotti or Zuccotti Park, where Occupy Wall Street had been stationed these last couple of months. They just do it, out of color of law, and they just say, "Oh, you can't camp out here anymore." So the Occupy Wall Streeters went to a local judge asking for a restraining order. They got one. New York City turned around, went to a New York State Supreme Court judge, and they got one. They got a restraining order to Trump there, saying, well, you can assemble there, but you can't camp there. Now, in the Constitution, there is no parsing of what is peaceful assembly and what isn't. If you use camping equipment, if you have a kitchen to dine out of, why is that any different than if you just assemble without camping gear and whatnot? So you have the government openly, at least New York City and in other places too, I'm going to get to that in a moment, openly tampering with the constitutional right to peacefully assemble. And you're seeing this in a lot of towns that are democratically controlled, like Occupy Oakland. They have had trouble. Today it was Occupy Portland, Oregon, and they've had clashes there. Occupy Denver, Occupy Dallas. So you're seeing all these towns pushing back against the Occupy movement. And they're doing so in unlawful ways, for the most part, tampering with the open right in the Constitution to peacefully assemble, which shows you, ladies and gentlemen, I hope, that the people running these towns are just extra constitutionalist thugs. And today you're seeing the day of action. Occupy Wall Street actually tried to get into Wall Street, but they were met with stiff resistance by the police. Then they went back to Zuccotti Park. Then they went back to Wall Street. And now, at just about a little before 1 o'clock, they have gone back to Zuccotti Park. But since the cities are engaging in lawful acts to remove the Occupy movement from cities, every time Occupy Wall Street or Occupy Name the City of Your Choice fights back now, they win. It's like what Gandhi said. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Every time they resist now, it's a victory for the Occupy movement. And it's just a matter of time before their voices are heard. And I think this is going to be a force to be reckoned with as 2012, a presidential election year, begins. And this movement, I don't think, is connected to the Democratic Party, although I think a lot of the people in the movement are Democrats. They are not necessarily believing what President Obama is selling. They are the 99%, and they consider Obama part of that 1%, I think, truly and deeply. So we'll see how it develops. As of this recording, like I say, it's between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. I do not have a watch on, so I should just check my BlackBerry and see what time it is officially. 12:41, he says, with a couple pieces of email and one Facebook message standing by. As I record this, there has been no violence yet. I hope there is no violence. I think Occupy Wall Street, their movement, would be smarter not to be revealing their plans. If they want their plans to be successful, they should not be releasing them on the internet. They should just be keeping it within themselves. I don't know how you do that eventually. I mean, I imagine, that movement is so big that the media or the internet's going to have ears or be plugged into it. But one thing I would like to see them do is not tip their hand so often, so the police, if you have a plan and you tell everybody what the plan is, then the public can counterplan against it. And I think they would be smarter not to tip their hand so much. But this has been today's Big Pauly video blog for the 17th of November 2011. We are 1 week shy of Thanksgiving. The year of 2011 almost dying down, and I'm trying to get to my goal of 100 blog entries this year. And we're inching in on it. I don't know what this this is the exact number, but I know we're right at about 95 for the year, and I want to try to get it to 100. Okay? So I will catch you all again real soon. Bye-bye for now.